All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to talk about something I think a lot of us have seen happen in families. This idea of keeping the peace. But what happens when keeping the peace actually does more harm than good? We're going to break down this incredible story that builds over 5 long years of disrespect and ends in one explosive moment that changes absolutely everything.
So it all comes down to this one line. Honestly, if you two don't want to be here, just leave. Now, that sounds like a challenge, right? It's supposed to be the final word, the thing that shuts everyone down. But to really get why this completely blew up in her face, we've got to go back, way back, 5 years, to be exact.
Okay, so a massive blow-up like this, it never just happens out of thin air. You know? It's built up over time, kind of like brick by brick. So let's dig into the backstory here, the foundation of this whole conflict. We're talking about a long pattern of little jabs and insults that basically made this final explosion inevitable.
And this wasn't just, a few clumsy jokes here and there. No way. For 5 straight years, the narrator's husband was dealing with this relentless campaign of insults from his sister-in-law, Blee. And look at this timeline. It wasn't random. It was at the big moments. The engagement dinner, the wedding toast. Each comment was like a little poison dart, perfectly aimed to undermine him and his place in the family.
Now this right here, this is straight out of the manipulator's handbook, and it's laid out so clearly. All those excuses on the left, they're not really excuses, are they? They're weapons. Oh, that's just how Blee is? That's not an apology, it's giving herself a free pass to be awful. Stop being sensitive. That's classic gaslighting. And my favorite, I was just kidding. That's the oldest trick in the book, to say something horrible and then act like you're the one with a problem for being offended.
So you might be wondering, how did the husband put up with this for 5 years? Well, he took on this role of keeping the peace. He basically became the family's shock absorber. He'd just smile, take the hits, and quickly changed the subject to avoid a bigger fight. He was sacrificing his own self-respect, really, to try and shield his wife from getting dragged into it all. He was trying to play the long game, hoping things would eventually just smooth over.
But here's the thing. Even the strongest dam has a breaking point. And now we get to the moment it all starts to crack. The catalyst. The car ride to the restaurant where 5 years of that simmering tension finally starts to boil over. This is where keeping the peace just isn't going to cut it anymore.
So they get in the car, and it's basically an ambush. Blee just unleashes this barrage of insults, each one more personal than the last. First, she goes after his clothes. Then she belittles his entire career, calling it a little computer thing. But the last two are just wow. They're psychological blows. She patronizingly says she needs to prepare him to meet her surgeon boyfriend so he won't feel intimidated. And then the knockout punch. She looks right at him and says she's finally found someone on her level.